In today's Razorback Daily, hear from Arkansas assistant coach Chuck Martin on transfer big man Malique Ewin, what he brings to the court, and why Razorback fans should be excited. It's Wednesday, April 30th, 2025. I'm Quinn Grovey alongside my man Matt Zimmerman, and you're listening to the Razorback Daily.
All right, here we are on this Wednesday, and Quinn Grovey back with us. And Quinn was on yesterday on the great interview that we had with Kobe Hamilton. Folks, go back and listen to that. It was awesome. But Quinn, we missed you a little bit, especially Monday. You were at a big event that you go to every year. But number one, welcome back. And number two, catch us up with what you've had going on.
Man, you make it sound like I've been gone for a week, man. I missed one day, and it's like
Missed one day.
We gotta catch up. I mean, dang.
Yeah, that's true.
It's all good. No, man, but I got a chance to go to Little Rock, spend some time with Justin Moore. Justin Moore does a big event for St. Jude, and he raises a lot of money. And I think over the last 4 years or so, he's raised about $2.5 million for St. Jude. And
No way.
Yeah. What he does and what they do. And Tara's been a part of it as well.
Yeah, she went last year.
Yeah, but it's only getting bigger and better. I mean, they're getting more auction items, they're getting more packages, and they have an auctioneer that comes in and he understands the mission of St. Jude. He understands the mission of what Justin's trying to do, and he can connect with those people in a really, really big way. He knows how to tell them to shut up without telling them to shut up. And you need to learn that skill set. I'm gonna put you in contact with him so you don't.
He's pretty good though. Huh? He's a real auctioneer. He's a real.
Oh yeah. Oh no. He's big time. He is. He's not some guy up there playing around doing it. He's one of those guys who
been to school. They have an auctioneer school.
Yeah, and it's not just one of those guys that goes really, really fast. This guy's really reading the room. He's understanding. He's pulling on heartstrings while he's doing it. And so Justin is really, really smart. Justin and his team is really smart for getting that guy to be a part of it, because if you got somebody who can connect, understand the mission, and then be able to have the gift of gab, then you're going to raise some money. And they've done a nice job raising money. So you get there Sunday, went to the hall. You've been to the hall. I think that's where we had Cal's event when you were emceeing that. And they had tables sitting in there. So,
we did go. That's where we were. You're right. The hall. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So we're on that same floor, but they had banquet tables setting up there, circular tables, and every table was full, had a nice little bar, had a little VIP area upstairs. And it was just really cool, man, to be able to get in and see a lot of people. A lot of our donors were there. Patrick Camerling was there as well. I mean, got the chance to see old Patrick. But man, it was fun to be able to see a lot of the donors in Little Rock. There's just a bunch of crossover, especially when you got a guy from Arkansas who's tearing up the country music charts, and then also you got Razorback fans. There are always going to be some overlap. So, but he got up and performed, did a great job again, and he started singing "Letting the Night Roll," and I was he kind of looked over there at me, and I was like, no, I'm not coming up.
Yeah, you used to get up there and sing with him, don't you?
Yeah, but he said, Q, this is for you, baby. I said, all right, that's what I'm talking about. And so I was up there singing with him in spirit. But he knocked that out. But he raised a ton of money that night. Great night. And then the next day, you go to Pleasant Valley. It has been at Chenal for the last couple of years, but we're at Pleasant Valley. And Pleasant Valley, I don't know if you've been to Pleasant Valley in a long time, but they have
built a new clubhouse. My brother's a member there. Yeah, he's not now. My brother's a member there for over 20 years, Ken Zimmerman, and they did a huge. Man. Is it all new building or renovation?
I think it's a renovation. I mean, I don't know.
Too, yeah. I think it's a renovation. Yeah, big deal though.
I guess they had to do that to secure some of those senior tour events, but it's really nice. Like when you're standing and looking around, it looks like a PGA, golf course. Yeah. I mean, it's really, really nice. So I was surprised how well that turned out. But I got a chance to play golf with a very good group, and got to play with and Tara's too young to know this group, but Z, I don't know if you remember a group named Emerson Drive.
I remember that name, yeah.
It's old school. They've been around a long time, but Brad Mates was a guy that I got a chance to play with, the lead singer from Emerson Drive, and
Okay.
Man, we had a really, really good time. And actually, I did play all 18 holes.
No, you didn't. I don't believe it.
I did. I was
I
there.
have played 18 holes with you before, but it usually the other day it was 14 holes. You sure you played 18?
All 18 and added value. But it was good, man. All in all, great trip. I was able to drive back after the golf tournament.
Yeah.
And man, that's just one of those events you go to every single year. So congrats to Justin Moore for what he's doing and raising money for St. Jude. And if you need to know about St. Jude, I mean, you're not paying a dime out of your pocket if you go and you're treated at St. Jude. And boy, I tell you, they've got all kinds of stuff from ways that people can help. And so congratulations for Justin, because he is doing a great job in this partnership with St. Jude.
Yeah, that's great stuff. Quinn, I love it. Pleasant Valley. I think it's the last 4 holes there. They're around that lake, man, that beautiful water, and it's just so landscaped so well. And man, that is such a.
Did you know that they had a continuous 27 holes out there? Did you know that? It's
I don't think I did.
You go from 18 to 19 to 20 to 21 to 20.
Is that right? Wow.
Yeah. It was. I was like, dang, I don't think I ever knew that. But yeah, they got 27 continuous holes out there.
Yeah. You were talking about crossover. So many folks we deal with at the foundation are members of Pleasant Valley. And of course, some great, right? Joe Klein has been a member there for many years. And
I saw Joe.
John Inskoff is a member there, and all his family. Nick Zimmerman, my nephew Nick, and just so many folks at Pleasant Valley, good people. And that's great cause that Justin Moore's doing. Congratulations to everybody. And that's a big deal. Quinn, obviously softball, who had the 2 huge wins out of 3 against number 1/number 2 A&M, and the big talk of at least Fayetteville and a lot around the state is this team going from at one time ranked 9th in one poll, 7th, I think was the best they were ranked maybe last week, all the way to number 2, Quinn, in the poll that came out on Monday. But D1 softball, who I know we've talked about this before, is considered like arguably the top. They've got us 3rd. And this softball team went from 9th in the country to 2nd in the nation in softball America. And then we're 6th in the other poll. In the last poll, we're 8th. So we don't like them. Just kidding. But Hogs just flying up. And the reason, I was talking to Courtney Deifel, the reason is you looked at those teams that were in the top 5, A&M, Florida, Tennessee. Not only did we beat them all, 2 out of 3, beat them all on the road. But she was talking about the people being above us. We have beaten them in series. Didn't play Texas. They're the one we didn't play. But the success of this program, especially in the road game, been incredible. Now you got LSU. LSU helped us this weekend. They beat Florida 2 out of 3. Florida was one of those teams that was still ahead of us. Hunter Yurachek in the monthly athletic department staff meeting on Tuesday, he got up there and said, right now the ladies are sitting tied for 5th or 6th or whatever it was in the league, 12-9. Okay. 6th in the league, 2nd in the country. Tara, 6th in the league, 2nd in the country. And a lot of this standings go back to the stubbing of our toe early against Ole Miss, a team that hadn't played that well all year. That was the shocker series. But then losing the 3 close games to OU. OU has 3 of their pitchers out. They're hurt. OU is not the same team they were when we played them the first time. You could be arguing about Arkansas being the best team in the country. How about that? Quinn Grovey, a huge achievement to be the number 2 ranked team.
Wow, that's incredible. I mean, we talked about how important that trip was going to be going to College Station and whether or not you really believe in what you're trying to sell. And it's clear that the ladies on this team, they're very comfortable going on the road. It seems like they've taken that next step. I mean, when you beat those types of teams when you win series on the road like that, that is big. that is super, super huge for your confidence. And I just think that they are in a great position. I just didn't know that they went up that high and that fast. And
Yeah.
so now you got to deal with you just like when you
Baseball got the number one, then kind of,
yeah, you got to protect it. You got to protect it. You got to be able to play with a different mindset because people are going to look at you and treat you a little differently. So we're going to be those ladies are going to be dealing with something a little bit more different on campus. I mean, when they go out to eat and people are going to recognize them a little more, and it's just going to be something that you got to deal with. But that's where you want to be. You want to be comfortable in that situation. And Courtney being a former player, her dad being a coach, I mean, she's got the DNA to really help them understand and navigate what it takes to be successful at that level. So we're in the right spot. We're in a good spot. And it's crazy when you say we're sixth in our league and second in the country.
That's crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah. And here's the deal. Thursday game, LSU, 6 p.m. Friday, 6 p.m. And then on Saturday, that was a TBT game for a long, to be determined for a good while on the schedule, but it is out now, and it is at 1 o'clock on Saturday, which is May the 3rd. So get out to Bogle, watch them on television. No radio with softball, but you can sure catch it and keep up with the games this weekend. It's going to be awesome.
Guam is going to be on fire this weekend.
It's going to be on fire. 6 games. Let's go 6-0. How about that? Last week we went 3-3 on the road. Hard places, Florida and A&M in softball, and we went 3-3. That's a pretty good weekend, but let's see if we can improve on that at home and go against LSU. And I think that's someone, we've had a little better season so far than LSU in softball. Won't be easy. And then the Razorback baseball with the good series against Texas, who's 5 games ahead of us with 9 to play. So softball cannot win the regular season. Don't forget, next week is the SEC tournament. They darn sure can win that, as hot as they are. Quinn, basketball. Helping you succeed the Rice way. The BASF Rice Crop Protection Portfolio offers the widest range of protection against weeds, providing you with the reliable weed control to safeguard yield potential and help preserve your crop quality. When you're faced with tough weeds, you can trust that we have your back. Always read and always follow label directions. BASF. Home is more important than ever, and Arvest Bank is here to help you with all of your home loan needs for a new home, a refinance, or maybe making improvements to your current home. Get started today. Arvest.com/home for me. That's the number 4. Arvest.com/home for me. Equal housing lender. All loans subject to credit approval. Whether you're seeking relief from everyday aches and pains or looking to maintain a healthy, active life, The Joint Chiropractic can help you. The Joint offers $29 new patient special, includes exam, consultation, and adjustment. Walk-ins are always welcome, open evenings and on weekends to fit your busy schedule. The Joint has locations across Little Rock and across Northwest Arkansas to make chiropractic care a convenient part of your routine. Visit thejoint.com. The Joint Chiropractic. You're back, baby. We had a good chance to sit down, Hogs Plus, with Chuck Martin. Man, I enjoyed that. We spent like an hour and 15 minutes talking basketball.
Easy to do.
Yeah, and Chuck's so sharp and so nice and respectful. And we spent a lot of time on Nick Pringle. We went over film. It was awesome. We did the
funnest time about those, Z, like when you get a chance to do those, and I've done a lot of those for like football.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
At some point in time, you slip out of like, I don't want to say interviewer mode, but then kind of like the coach and the player takes over, and you're just watching film, and now you're dissecting and you're looking for other stuff, and you tell me about this and tell me about I mean, you just really, I get so enthralled into like the X's and O's. I could take one of those interviews too, man, and go like 2 hours just simply talking X's and O's.
Yeah, absolutely, you can, and he makes it easy. Chuck's just so he's knowledgeable. He knows players. He knows the game of basketball. He's easy to talk to. But That's out, or it will be out here soon. And we're going to want you to, if you can, to go to your Hogs Plus and check it out. But we got a clip, Quinn, we want our Razorback Daily people to be able to hear. And we spent a lot of time talking about Nick Pringle. And here in this situation, we're talking about Malique Ewin. And he was so good in the league games for Florida State. And Florida State did have a winning record, just barely. But Malique Ewin is the real deal, Quinn, and really enjoyed breaking down film. Tara's got us a nice clip.
He's a proven commodity. Like Malique has done this at the highest level. And, sometimes you get bigs or you get players in general from lower levels. It takes them some time to get adjusted to the size and the speed of the SEC. But I don't think that's going to be an issue for Malique. He's so talented, has great awareness. Like we can't wait to get him on campus and get to work with him. Yeah,
absolutely. Coach, we were talking about Nick Pringle, and he shot 57%, which is really good in an outstanding league. The ACC's pretty good as well. He shot 60%, 59.6. You round up to that, he shot 60%. He scores around that basket. He's not a three-point shooter. Shoots 65% from the free throw line, which is about where Nick's at. But he rebounds it up at a little bit of a higher clip. And he's getting almost 8 rebounds a game in the ACC, 14.2 points per game. These were the overall season stats. But what I liked when I looked at the conference, the 14.2 points, Coach, usually it goes down.
Right.
In the conference games. In the ACC games only, 15.9.
That's right.
It went up almost 2 points, which is very, very rare in college basketball at this level. And the rebounds went up to 8.0. I mean, this guy, 15.9 and 8 rebounds, that says a lot.
Almost a double-double, Z, in the ACC. And as you mentioned, typically your better numbers are in the non-conference. And then when you go into league play, people kind of know who you are and they prepare to stop you and take away your strengths and things of that nature. But he got better.
That's crazy.
Got better ACC play, like a real league. And for him to have those type of numbers in the ACC and then improve on his numbers as league play went on, really speaks volumes of how talented Malique is, and we can't contain our excitement about him.
Yeah,
his numbers just pop off the page when you look at him. And you imagine him with the group that we've assembled, that we put together, and our guard play, and how Coach Cal wants to play. Like it can be a fun season with Malique next year.
Yeah, absolutely, Coach. A place we've struggled a little bit at LSU. He went there. Now, his team lost in a pretty close game at LSU this year, but he had his career high in rebounds, 17 rebounds in Baton Rouge in the SEC.
Repeat that again. How many?
17. 17.
We'll take all 17 next year. We'll take him every night if you want to give them. If he can go get 17 every night, we'll take that too. But let me tell you,
wouldn't even have to score, Coach. We'd take 6 points and 17 rebounds a game, wouldn't we?
We'll take it every day, all day. Hey, look, I mean, think about him. He goes on the road, and say what you want about LSU. They competed all year long.
Oh yeah.
Again, best league in the country. For him to go get 17 rebounds against 2 of the better forwards in the league.
Yeah, that's right.
And he they didn't win the game, but if it weren't for his 17 rebounds, they wouldn't even been in the game.
Yeah.
And so you imagine him on the floor with TB or Nick Pringle. Who do you box out? Who do you
might have Trevin Brazile running out there as a 3-man coach?
There's a thought. Hey, Z, there's a thought. TB at the 3. Hey, pretty big.
You've been 6'10", 6'11", 6'11", Coach.
Hey, that's a thought. That's a thought. Not a bad thought either. But seriously, how about this kid going on the road and getting 17 rebounds? You get 17 rebounds in any game on a collegiate level. It is unbelievable. For you to do that against an SEC caliber team, that's what excites us about him. He's got so much potential, and he's demonstrated a lot like Nick. he's had some great moments throughout his career, and we're hoping that we can add to that.
Quinn, we've struggled at LSU the last several years, and they've not been one of the top teams in the league, but they've been good against us. And I love the fact he went there and had a huge game, because we're going to be going back there again next year. That's one of the two teams we play twice every year. And so you can tell in Coach's voice, can't you? They know they got a great player in Malique Ewin, and they're very excited about him.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, you can definitely see it. I mean, I love talking to Chuck too, man. I got a chance to spend some time and talk to him a little bit out in San Francisco. But yeah, he is so cool and calm. But you can see the excitement coming through when you were talking about Malique as well as Pringle. And I got excited when you brought up the fact about sometimes playing Trevin at the 3. I mean, that's 3 long athletic guys. 3 long athletic guys that if you had to go that route, you could do that. Or if you decided to cause a different kind of problem, you could do that. I mean, so yeah, I'm excited to hear what Coach had to say about that. I'm excited about the rebounding ability and what that can do for the rest of the guys on the team. And, we've always talked about rebounding, and that's so critical for us. I mean, we spend a lot of time talking about it on the daily. What do we do offensively? What do we do defensively? What do total rebounds look like? And it's always been a huge key for us. So getting 2 guys like that, again, will free up one of the most athletic freaks in Brazil to be able to do what he needs to do. So I'm excited about every opportunity, and I'm excited about these guys getting the chance to come in and have a year of a foundation already of a year at Arkansas, and now bringing in these guys into the foundation. It's going to be a nice year, I believe.
Yeah, I think so, and it's going to be exciting with all this talent that's coming. But those will be coming up on Hogs Plus, the episode where we talk to Coach about Nick Pringle. He really breaks him down, and then some of that you heard right there on Malique Ewin, who's going to have hopefully a great season here, the transfer from Florida State.
Well, all right, Zay and Terry, as we get ready to wrap up this edition of the Razorback Daily, I just want to take a play out of Z's playbook. I got to say happy birthday to my nephew, Casey Grovey. He's over here living in Springdale, Arkansas, working for Walmart, and just a super good guy, man. One of my favorites, no doubt about it. Kind of like a little son to me. There's no doubt about it, but want to wish him a happy birthday. Hopefully he has a great day. We're going to go celebrate with him a little bit later tonight.
Oh, he's the best. Casey's the best, man. He's awesome. I know you're proud of him, and he's a sharp guy, and he loves Northwest Arkansas. I know that.
Yeah, he does. He does. And I'm happy for him. I'm glad he's here. I'm glad he chose. He went to Oklahoma State, decided to come over here, and I'm glad he did. Well, all right, Zay and Tara, that's how we'll wrap up this edition of the Razorback Daily, a Sport and Story production. I'm Quinn Grovey alongside my man, Matt Zimmerman, and we'll talk tomorrow.